Well, as an average person in America, you know you don't stand a chance with people like the banks or the credit card companies. And that's why you can get free legal help dealing with these people. And that's the government. See, they're bigger than those financial service people because they allow them to do business. Now, the government agencies regulate them. So they protect your interest in these big financial institutions that you can't hire a lawyer. Even if you hired a lawyer, you wouldn't win anyway, and they have nothing to lose. See, if the banks or credit card companies mess up with the government, they could be put out of business. So they're going to fix something if the government concerns about it. So you have access to this kind of free legal help in the government to deal with these people when they don't treat you right. And now here, they just came out with some new rules too. They're about to implement to deal with credit card companies and banks that overcharge the hell out of you. So like late fees on bank. Okay, late fees on bank. On credit cards, I'm sorry. Late fees on credit cards. Okay, they're charging you $32 late fees. Now, they're getting them down to only $8. Man, that's a big savings from $32 to $8. So every time you have a credit card that you didn't pay on time, that's another $32. Man, that adds up quickly. So now it's going to only be $8. Now they're in the process of putting those rules into action. The other thing is on banks. Okay, I mean, we have members too that their bank overdraft fees are $35. They're getting that down to as low as $3. Right. And the average person who has overdraft fees is going to save like $175. That's how much they get in a year. It's $175 overdraft fee. Man, you could belong to us for 2 years with just those overdraft fees. That's right. These are dinosaurs and behemoths, and you just can't do. You can't poke at a dinosaur. They just got to poop on you. But so here's an article about these two new programs. They're going to save you a ton of money. Here's the one, and I have the links in the description below on the credit card late fees, and then the other one. On the bank overdraft fees, which is from $35 to as little as $3, okay? Now, here's what's interesting about them. You could get, here, if you put consumer, see up here, it says submit a complaint. Okay, you fill out that form. If anybody handling your money messes you over, okay, you hear that? Anybody, that means your car loan, anybody you give money to, and they mess you over, student loans, anybody, banks, credit card companies, mortgage people, all those, they're all regulated by this agency. And what this agency does, they're policemen, okay? They're policemen on these people that make sure you don't get screwed, okay? Sure, you have lawyers, they'll charge you $200, $400 an hour to do it. These are free, and they have more power over these companies than anybody else in America. And that's why they hate the government. They have to answer to somebody. Okay, so all you have to do is fill out that complaint, and each week they get 25,000 complaints. Now listen to this though. They respond within 15 days. That means they contacted the agency that screwed you over. I mean, the company that screwed you over and investigated. And see, what happens, I see in these big companies, when they get a letter from someone like the consumerfinance.gov people, it's cheaper to pay you off than even to talk to them. Yeah. Because they're a bureaucracy and government's a bureaucracy, and it costs them $5,000 just to talk to each other. So it's easy to give you $1,000 and you go away and they really make money on the deal by giving you what you want. But you have to know that. Otherwise you're going to, I hate that person and I'm going to call a lawyer. No, God, you're going to rack up so much money and probably still need satisfaction. Here you get satisfaction, and you get it in a database of how bad your credit card or bank company is. And so, because you could find out, all information about any company that handles money, how many bad marks they get. It's sort of like the Better Business Bureau of financial service companies. Okay, here's another thing to do. Fix up your credit. Okay, to do that, again, you go to Google and you're going to get a billion websites that promise you to do that. No, you want somebody free who gets grant money to fix it up for free. Here's how you find them. You go to hud.gov/counseling. hud.gov/counseling. You go there and you look for a counseling agency and you click on the link in here where it's, okay, I'm going to leave. And where am I going? Here it is. Okay, put in your zip code and you see all the organizations that you can contact for free. Call them up, make an appointment. That's the only way you're going to fix this and the only way you're going to learn. Call. Always call. Don't just try to do everything on the phone. You won't understand it well enough to get the best out of it. You got to call. Okay, to find more like this, okay, you go to findhelp.org. Put in your zip code and put in counseling or credit, anything like that. Look at where I live, in my zip code, 44 nonprofit organizations that will help me fix up my credit card stuff for free. You know, get out of debt, get decent score again and everything. They'll do all this for free. You don't have to pay anybody. All you have to do is make sure you call ahead of time, find out what they do. If you don't think it's good for you, call the next one. You don't think it's good for you, call the next one. It's like getting a job, getting a date, or anything. You just don't take the first pretty face and go to Vegas and get married. No, you call them first and find out what they really have and if it's right for you, okay? And if there isn't, then don't say, oh, there's nothing out there for me. It's all for somebody else. No, that's not true because you didn't call enough people. So get out there and make your calls. Do you hear me? Or I'm going to call you, or I'll call your mother and tell her what you're doing. And what we do, I want to make sure that you know we have 4 grants every year, every month. Every month we give out 4 grants, and people aren't picking up their money. So if you apply to one of our grants, make sure you check with us because it goes back in the pot after 60 days. So every month we have 4 separate grants, and we give out that money, either $500 or $1,000. And it's the simplest application in the world for one is you could do $1,000 spend on anything. Another one is for a car repair. Another one is for rent and mortgage or utilities. And another one is free laptop computers. Yes, that's right. Right here on this stage, we're giving out free laptop computers. But more importantly, let me help you find out how to use the greatest source of money and information that's all free to help you in life. And that's these government programs. 1/3 of everything in our government, in our country, is government. So learn how to use it, man. It's there whether you use it or not.